There was a pirate so powerful that 3 future emperors of the sea served under him without question. His name was Rox D. Xebec, and for years, the world only knew him as a monster. The truth turned out to be far more tragic. Rox led a crew unlike anything the seas had seen. Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido all sailed under his flag at the same time. They weren't loyal to each other, they were loyal to him, because his strength kept that crew of monsters in line. His era became known as the Era of Rox, and he stood as Gold D. Roger's first true rival. He was also a member of the Davy family, a bloodline the world government considered a personal enemy, tied to the mysterious king who came before the current world order, Davy D. Jones. Rox kept his identity hidden for years, knowing what it would cost him if the wrong people found out. Every 3 years, the ruling celestial dragons held something called the Native Hunting Competition, choosing an unaffiliated island and hunting down its people for sport. When the world government learned that Rox's homeland, God Valley, was where he'd hidden his wife, Eris, and his young son, they chose that island on purpose. It wasn't random cruelty. It was a trap built specifically to draw him out. Rox knew he might not survive. He went anyway. Saving his family mattered more to him than his ambitions, more than his own life. He even admitted as much to Harold, a giant sent by the government to kill him. As long as his wife and son got out alive, nothing else mattered. What followed was chaos. Pirates, marines, and celestial dragons collided at once. Roger and Garp, enemies in every other sense, formed a one-time alliance against him, because Rox was too dangerous for anyone to face alone. But the real horror wasn't the battle, it was Emu. The true ruler of the world descended onto God Valley personally, mistaking Rox for Davy Jones himself, and decided to wipe out the entire Davy bloodline once and for all. Instead of killing Rox outright, Emu used a horrifying power to turn him into a puppet, forcing him toward the one thing he'd sacrificed everything to protect, his own family. Believing he'd killed his son with his own hands, a broken Rox begged Roger and Garp to finish him. It took both of them, combining their full strength to finally bring him down. What the world remembers as the fall of a tyrant was, underneath it all, a father destroyed by the very people he tried to save. His son survived. Unknown to Rox in his final moments, Bartholomew Kuma had already gotten the boy to safety. That child grew up to become one of the most feared pirates alive today, Marshall D. Teach, known to the world as Blackbeard. Rox D. Xebec died believing he'd failed the one person who mattered most. In reality, he gave everything trying to save him, and it worked. If you want Blackbeard's full story next, or a deeper look at Emu, let me know in the comments.